What makes us laugh? Charlie Chaplin once said, "A day without laughter is a day wasted." Then why not laugh out loud and make the most of it? Laughing! Isn't it such a fun activity? Have you ever wondered, why do we laugh? What makes us laugh? What part of our brain triggers us to do so? And what does laughter really make us feel? Aren't you curious to know more about laughter and all about it? John Morial believes that the first human laughter may have begun as a gesture of shared relief at the passing of danger. Many researchers also believe that the purpose of laughter is related to making and strengthening human connections. Anatomy of laughter. Laughter is the physiological response to humour. It can arise from activities like our response to a joke, being tickled, or from humorous stories, thoughts, and incidents. It is mostly considered as a visual expression of positive emotional states, such as being happy, feeling cheerful, relieved, and joyful. Laughter consists of two parts, a set of gestures and a production of a sound. When we laugh, the brain pressures us to conduct both these activities simultaneously, as changes occur in many parts of the body, even the arm, leg, and trunk muscles. But how does our brain respond to this? It originates in the brain. The brain's large frontal lobe, which is involved in social emotional responses, becomes very active when a person is laughing. The brain can go from laughter to tears in minutes. When we have been particularly stressed or even sad, laughter can be such a glorious release. The physiological study of laughter has its own name, gelatology. The effectiveness of laughter in a clinical setting showed that the laughter could help patients. Ever wonder why we laughed without any reason? Well, humans are unpredictable and they could laugh at any time or any place. Often, laughing or crying at inappropriate moments or out of context to one's circumstances, such as laughing out loud in the middle of a lecture or laughing at a funeral, is something most of us experience at least once in our lifetime. What is laughter therapy? It is a type of therapy that uses humour to help relieve pain and stress that we feel and improve a person's sense of well-being. It includes laughter exercises, clowns, and comedy movies, books, games, or jokes. So, what really happens to you when you're a part of a laughter workshop? There is a release of endorphins, which gives you a feel-good factor, and the whole body relaxes as all your stress and tensions are reduced. Since our bodies cannot distinguish between real and fake laughter, anything that makes you laugh or even giggle will have a positive impact on you. So, come, let's do a fun activity. Turn the corners of your mouth up into a smile, then give a laugh, even if it feels a little forced. Once you've had your chuckle, take notice of how you're feeling. Are your muscles a little less tense? Let's try a joke. Knock, knock. Who's there? Annie. Annie who? Anything we can do to make you laugh right away, so won't you? Great! Laughing already? That's the natural wonder of laughing. Did you just yawn while looking at those images? The act of yawning is called oscitation. A study suggests that yawning is your brain's natural air conditioning system, bringing in cooler blood to cool your overheated, overworked grey matter, which allows you to continue processing information effectively. Even thinking about yawning can make you yawn. Everyone does it, even animals do it. The common assumption is that we yawn when we're feeling sleepy, but that isn't always the case. There are three main reasons why we yawn. We tend to yawn when we're tired, when we're extremely bored, or when we see others yawn. Which of these makes you yawn most often? Tell us in the comments section below. Fun fact, did you know that even babies yawn in the womb? How does yawning work? Our brain gets exhausted after all the activities we perform throughout the day. This leads to yawning, during which we stretch our jaws and propel blood through blood vessels from the heart to the brain. Along with this, we inhale air through our mouth and nose. The air cools the blood going to the brain, which in turn decreases our brain's temperature. Is yawning contagious?
Yawning appears to be contagious amongst all vertebrates, including humans, fish, birds, and also snakes. A study suggests that contagious yawning may be related to a phenomenon called social mirroring, where organisms imitate the actions of others. Other behaviours falling into this category are scratching, leg crossing, and laughing. Ways to stop yawning. 1. Try deep breathing. The body might need more oxygen, and hence deep breathing is one of the most effective ways to stop yourself from yawning. 2. Get moving. Breaking up a routine can also help stimulate your brain. Feelings of tiredness, boredom, and stress tend to make people yawn more. Excessive yawning may also stem from taking in too much caffeine. 3. Cool yourself down. You can also try taking a walk outside or finding a space with a cooler temperature. If you don't have time to do this, drink some cool water or eat a chilled snack.
Why do we have fingerprints? Sherlock Holmes often said, "There is no such thing as a perfect crime." And that's true, people. Criminals always leave a trace behind, and all of you who love to watch the perfect detective movies would agree the fingerprints are the easiest way to trace criminals. But have you ever wondered, why do we have a fingerprint? And what role do they play in our lives? Today, we will answer all your questions about fingerprints. To begin with, what is a fingerprint? A fingerprint is an impression or a mark left by the friction ridges of a human finger. They are tiny whorls and valley patterns on the tip of your fingers. There are 3 types of friction ridge patterns: loops, whorls, and arches. Fingerprint identification, dactyloscopy, is the process of comparing known friction skin ridge impressions of fingers, palms, and toes to determine if they are made from the same person. And now to the main question: what is the purpose of fingerprints? Or why do we have them? Well, scientists have long reasoned that fingerprints help humans grip objects by creating friction. They do think that the ridges on our fingertips may have helped our ancestors to grab on to rough surfaces. One more possible purpose of the fingerprints is that they help us improve our sense of touch and help you identify objects. Underneath the ridges are mechanoreceptors, a type of sensory receptor that responds to the friction caused by the movement of the fingertip along a surface or a material, and transmits the tactile information to the brain. Why do we have unique fingerprints? People can have similar fingerprint patterns and yet not exactly the same ones. In fact, fingerprints are even more unique than DNA. For example, identical twins can share the same DNA, or at least almost all of it, but they cannot have the same fingerprints. In fact, fingerprints also vary between your own fingers. This means you have a unique print on each finger. Can you actually burn off your fingerprints? Well, yes, you can. Pretty much any cut or burn that goes deeper than the outer layer of the skin can affect the fingerprint pattern in a permanent way. Well, the truth being, the real purpose of fingerprints is never clearly derived or conclusive, yet we can all agree that it is definitely important and needed to identify people.